Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Ndindi Nyoro is the chairperson of the Budget Committee in the National Assembly. And that is where everything in this country is happening as far as to deal with the money. When it comes to budget making, that's the powerful committee that is dealing with the budget. When it comes to revenue collection, when it comes to estimations in terms of Public Finance Management Act, they are the one in charge. So that's a very, very powerful committee where everything happens. Therefore, in his capacity as the chair of the budget, he was on Citizen TV in a discussion with other panelists. And in that discussion, Ndindi Nyoro exposed something which has shocked Kenyans. And he's saying that in the budget, when they are making, they have one reserved in treasury for emergency. And in that budget, they only just collect money without estimation, but with an intention that this money is only there in case of emergency. Haujatengeneza any estimation, no budget at all, but you have money reserved for emergency, and you have collected from taxpayers. Iko tu, haijulikani ya kazi gani, but it is in the treasury. And if he's asked about why so, why no estimation, according to Ndindi Nyoro, he's saying that this month, the month that I was talking about, is a marathon month for Kenya Kwanza government. And because of that, they don't have estimation for that. They just collect money. So you look on Ndindi Nyoro response, it is so weak that the month is marathon. Because they're dealing with the estimate, that is expenditure. They're also dealing with the revenue side, which is composed of policy, and in some extent they necessitate the change in law. So first of all, I want to listen to Ndindi Nyoro, because actually this one is looking like highway robbery. Once you don't plan for money and you are collecting, no one knows how much you collect and how you're going to spend and how you collected. It is highway robbery. Listen to Ndindi Nyoro. Then from here, I'll take you to the response from Dr. Abraham Rugo.
What will happen is this. Once we pack this money, and all these people know, in the treasury now, even currently, there is something we call budget reserves, which we actually pack money, especially for emergencies or unforeseen situations. There is nothing wrong with packing this money as we make the law, but we may not actually have to pack the money. The reason why it is not purposely in the estimates is because, you know, this month is usually a marathon for government. We are dealing with estimates, that is the expenditure side of the government. At the same time, we are dealing with the revenue side, which also encompasses policies that some of them necessitate change of law. So as we move towards it, every part is moving. Okay, but we cannot be static.
I think it will be right.
Now, this discussion was touching on the issue of the house levy. Ruto imposed 1.5% tax on house. This money, there is no estimation for this, among other things. But they are collecting, and they are talking about putting this money in one. You know, nowadays they are saying that they want to form just one account for treasury. And already I saw a warning from the Auditor General that that one is going to encourage corruption, that many amount of money will not be counted for because of having that one single account. There's a warning already. So the issue of housing and other things, haujafanya estimation, lakini umeweka, unaanza kuchukua pesa. And Dr. Abraham could not continue to stomach what Ndindi Nyoro was talking about. And this is the response from him to Ndindi Nyoro, which is also a message to Kenyans who are also taxpayers in this country.
I think it would be right to say it is wrong It is wrong. The approach the chairman of the budget committee is suggesting here is completely wrong. It is not in the PFM Act. There is no way you can collect money without a framework, a legal framework of why you are collecting that money. It is, you are saying it's a tax. It is not against a budget estimate. It is not against a line that you want to spend. I mean, what is that? I mean, if it's not broad daylight, kind of almost, I mean, theft by law,
Robbery without violence.
It's honest, because on what grounds do you collect money from Kenyans? Now he's saying, oh, it's because there are so many things that are going on. Yes, there are so many things going on. That's a fact. We are in a very tight time. But why do you want to collect money? Then you keep it somewhere, somewhere in some fund, loosely. Then we come and it doesn't work like that. There is no other fund that has been created in this country that runs on that. The budget reserves he's talking about, COVID showed us that those budget reserves are actually on paper. There's actually no money. You remember the kind of scampering we had to do when COVID hit. The contingency fund was actually empty. It's a fact.
Okay.
I mean, so for me, yes. I think we need to call it out for what it is. And the more, and as I said, the more we are having the conversation, the more it is emerging that actually there was actually no thought about what this exactly is and what it is. But let me also say that the discussion about the housing fund and the housing project creating employment, I have not seen any numbers to suggest how much employment we are creating. Two, in a world of technology, you're not going to be having people carrying stones to 10th floor. You're going to be using equipment. So the number of people, you have been to construction sites, and you find 50 people. Because a lot of the work is mechanized, and you want to do these projects, in a way that. And thirdly, if you want to really create homes, why don't you support the supply side of private sector and work on the incomes for people to buy the kind of homes they want? Who said everybody wants to live,
I want to get reactions from.
Now, we are continuing this particular discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. Subscribers, Samasa, thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, according to Dr. Abraham Rugo, what Ndindi Nyoro is explaining is wrong. It is against the PFM, that is Public Finance Management Act. It's against. It is unconstitutional. It is against the law. It is theft by law. It is highway robbery. There is no way in this 21st century you can decide to collect money, then after you are looking for the money, hata wewe kwa nyumba yako, you just collect. You are just saving. You are collecting money without any budget estimates. Kama unatumia mtindo huo, I don't think if you can really get it right or you can grow. How is you cannot just collect money, you are collecting, then after that one, you think about what to do with that money. Unakusanya pesa lakini hauna mpango kitu unataka kufanyia. Haujui kiwango gani unahitaji, lakini wewe tu unakusanya pesa. Unakusanya. Then all of a sudden you decide, okay, now because I have this money, I can do 1, 2, 3. I can do this. That is wrong. Hata wale watu wanaofanya mambo ya accounts, wanaweza tuambia hapo. I don't think kama inaenda hivyo. In layman's language, what I understand is that kitu ya kwanza, you first of all come up with a budget. Do your estimations, calculate, understand this is the budget I need. Because that budget it is going to tell what you want to do. You lay down your ground, your foundation. I want 1, 2, 3. This project, this, that, and everything. Then once you know the project you want to do, then you will calculate to understand what amount of money will be needed for that project to be completed. Kama ni kulipa wafanyakazi, kama ni material, kama ni nini, you will understand. Then from there, once you have your budget set, then you start working towards your budget. You don't wait to have money for you to budget. You work on budget. Once your budget is ready, Now start working on how to get that money to fulfill your budget estimations. Estimation should come first. Then it will inform you on how you will work towards that realization of your budget. In that way, you will be principled even in collection of the money. You will have discipline on how you want to save that money, and that's how you can easily achieve your goal. Such that hata kama zitaanza kwenda wrong haziingiani, utaangalia other ways on how you can make sure that you are realizing your intended goal and target. Hiyo ndio mambo inafaa ikue. Lakini ile mambo Ndindi Nyoro anatuambia hapa, na yeye ndio chairman wa budget committee. Wizi imeanzia kwa National Assembly ikaenda executive, ndio wanaangalia, not executive. National Assembly ndio kazi yao ya oversee the executive. They have a role to play, oversight role. But now they are in bed with the executive. What do you expect? Sasa hawa kuna pesa zitakusanya kwa hii nchi, hamtajua ni za kazi gani. Na kwa sababu hakukuwa kumewekwa kazi, itakuwa ni rahisi sana kuiba, because people will start doing their estimation. And with that way, they will end up robbing Kenyans from their taxes. Unaangalia kiwango ya pesa, unaanza kufanya estimation zingine pale, unajua hii kiwango unataka kuiba. How can you grow as a nation if this is the way they are going? Everything should be put in budget through estimations. Then you work toward that. So that even if KRA is collecting, you will see, because every month they have their report, and even in fact daily, you will see if really you are achieving your intended goal, if you are getting more than what you needed. Then in that way, you can understand. But here Ndindi Nyoro iko kinyume sana. And he is busy telling us on how they are busy. This month is so marathon for them. Which month is marathon? Which kind of government will talk about marathon without planning for that marathon? Kazi yao ni nini? Wamepewa ofisi ya kazi gani? They have legal advisors. They have economic advisors. And how come they are being paid by taxpayers' money? Hawa ni wakazi gani? Hawa ni wakazi gani? Hata Ndindi Nyoro kwa ile committee wako nayo, they have advisors. Well-educated people in that sector. Wakitaka mambo ya economics, finance or what, they have advisors who are paid. Kazi yao ni gani? He's coming to us marathon. Hii ni wizi jamaa wanapanga. Na wanatuibia mchana tukiona hivi. Unless they are telling us the government is so much blind, they cannot see. They just wait to collect. That they are too much foolish. You just wait to have money, then you think about what you want to do with that money. Unless if that's the message they are trying to tell us. Otherwise, tunaona hapa ukora mkubwa sana. And indeed, this is Kenya Kwanza government. What do you expect from them?